Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Tuesday, April 26th. Firstly to the S&P 500, and if you recall the previous day's trading, we were looking at a very small body candle in a downtrend at the end of a downtrend, suggesting that the sellers still didn't have the momentum that they perhaps needed to continue trading to lower levels. We also saw the formation of this larger shadow on the bottom of this candle, representing the sellers losing commitment down below the Tenkan-sen indicator. All of this loss of commitment by the sellers and the buyers taking control set the market up for the change of trend that we have seen occur today. Today's candle has formed a higher high and a higher low. It is, however, a spinning top type candle, so a very indecisive type of candle. So not the type of candle we'd like to see a new first time frame uptrend be initialized upon. It does suggest quite some indecision, and importantly, the market has found resistance at the 2093 level, which was previously support. And it does raise some doubt about whether the buyers are going to be strong enough to trade this market to higher levels. The market has also failed to close beyond the Tenkan-sen indicator, and that indicator is now holding as resistance, whereas when we generally have a strong bullish market to the upside, that area tends to hold as support, as we see around these levels. So there's just a little hint here that the buyers may be starting to weaken slightly. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean that we are going to see any significant change of trend. There is a possibility of a change of trend in the first term time frame back to the downside off the back of this indecisiveness. But still, if the buyers can build some strength here, they may be able to trade up through 2093 and test to the round number 2100. Obviously, 2100 round number is having its influence, and we see the last time we traded there, very weak and decisive trading. Now, what we'd like to see is the buyers find some strength, close in a bullish manner up around the 2100 level or beyond if we are going to see higher levels. We still do have a bullish market in the longer term and medium term time frame, and we are just neutral in the short term time frame. The important thing here is that we haven't traded in a bearish manner down below the Tenkan-sen. So that does suggest that the sellers aren't finding any strength to trade the market lower. And it's suggesting that if the buyers are there for the opportunity, it is theirs to take to trade the market to higher levels. Now just moving to the bands with the S&P, and here we see the market unable to breach through the upper band once again. So whereas the band was previously holding as support, we're now finding some resistance around that area, and that does cause some concern about whether the buyers are going to be strong enough to begin this bullish tone again in the market that we saw here previously as we were trading up above this upper band. Off the back of this being an indecisive spinning top type candle and the buyers losing commitment, this suggests the possibility of a change of trend, and we should then be looking to support to come in around the middle of the bands, roughly about 2073. But still, it's indecisive. There's no strength from the sellers, so if the buyers are able to breach up through the upper band and close in a bullish manner up above there, we could see the resumption of that strong tone to the uptrend. To the Nasdaq 100, and here previously we saw the Nasdaq trading within that large window that was opened up some time ago. It was opened up here in early January, late December, around the new year, and it has been a very significant area in the past. Now testing into that region on 2 occasions and being strongly rejected from there once again. The market has actually formed another smaller window within that window as we saw some strong price rejection. Today we've seen some selling in the market, a black body candle, so some net momentum to the downside, and this suggests that we could see a continuation of the trend to the downside, but we are seeing some support come in around the 44-48 level and within this highlighted zone of previous resistance and support. So even though we're seeing the short-term dynamics favour the sellers, there is a possibility of the buyers coming back into the market off this support here. In terms of Ichimoku, we are still bullish in the longer term time frame, but now we've seen the formation of a bearish trend in the medium-term time frame, and the first time that the market's closed down below the Kijun-sen in some time. This suggests that there is potential for further downside. To confirm this bearish breakout, we'd like to see some bearish follow-through. If we don't see that, we see the market trading back up above the Kijun-sen, we then could see the market test back up to within the window that was opened up. Resistance may come into play around the Tenkan-sen if we do trade higher, and it trades around that 45.10 previous support level and resistance level. Now, just looking to the bands here with the Nasdaq 100, and very much different than we saw with the S&P, where the S&P is trading around the upper band. We are trading down through the lower band, and this serves as a very strong warning that there is potential for a new significant bear trend to develop. Now, it's not often, however, that we do see the first breakout and strong follow-through on the market develop very strongly to the downside. What tends to happen is that we don't see that strong follow-through first off, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen. So the way that we use these bands is we look for the bearish breakout here, and if we see bearish follow-through, then there is a very good likelihood that we have had the market transition from this uptrending phase into a downtrending phase. Importantly, the bands have squeezed up, so we are primed for a trending move. So this is the squeeze that we look for as traders, and as I've suggested, strong follow through could see development of a significant downtrend, and we would need to beat this support at this previous swing low down around 44.34.